Today, we're gonna be talking about it's another book on alchemy, but it's more. There's a chapter in here that I just reread. I haven't read this book for a while, but I read it for the knowledge of alchemy or where did it came from, and how did I became interested in alchemy or any other stuff. Well, I think that the more that you study you, the more that you're interested of what you can be capable of. Initially, I came into the this type of stuff is I was uh, in my life. I had I was sleeping my whole life. Most people say, "What do you mean?" I meant I was sleeping, meaning that I wasn't awoken to the truth of the spiritual aspect, the mental world that we live in. And there's people would say there's one reality. Matter of fact, people would see it that there's one reality. But there's billions of reality inside your head. I mean, sorry. As a, there's been, I mean, there's billions of reality in because individual have their own reality. They have their own perception. They have their own unique experiences, right? And the more that I got, I was going through what they call it the dark night of the soul. I was in those time I had challenges and situations that I felt like would it ever like uh, go away or at least like let me have like an amazing experience instead of having like I was broke. I was having depressions like crazy, and anyway, I think it's the evolution to wake me up into a higher consciousness. And most people get into this. They dive into it and they try to understand what's happening to them and why their experiences. This is what happened to me and why I was experiencing all weird coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences, but then because when you dive into these type of stuff you heard about the law of attraction or the secret, and I was reading the Qabalah and the Himanic philosophies and stuff like that, right? And you see these all stuff is coming around full circle, right? Basically, I got interested in me, and when you study this type of stuff you got interested. See, the thing is, school didn't uh, school give you general information about life, but they didn't put the mental and the spiritual aspect of you. I mean, if you look way back, there's kung fu masters. They always know about their, they call it qigong, their energy, and some karate, they um they call it ki or something, like Dragon Ball Z, Kamehameha blast. And it's about harnessing their power. It's always trying to harness their power. And while they also have Wicca, witchcraft, right? People believe that it's evil. Like a lot of people think it's evil. And I remember back then, I was watching this video. People think the secret was evil. But the thing is, they didn't understand that the people, the famous people that people say the secret is evil. They know, they don't know that Leonardo da Vinci and Sir Isaac Newton was in the secret society, or you could call it the occult. So if they look back, ancient, I think William Shakespeare was also in this secret society. I can't remember what, but anyway, the more that you're into the subject, the more you're fascinated because I mean, you all know about when you study, the how your thoughts create your reality. It's because you're fascinated by human potential. Like we are all. I mean, if we begin to study ourselves, we become fascinated by the thing that we can do instead of by the thing that we cannot do. right? And school didn't incorporate. See, the thing is, most people don't know about chemistry. Modern chemistry is alchemy. Um, it's a form of um, alchemy. But alchemy incorporate three levels. It's not just the physical. Alchemy is not the physical. It's also mental and spiritual in nature. That's why Bob Proctor always said you need to, in any program, you need at least have spiritual or um, or mental in it. It's not just the physical, right? Um, anyway, I'm gonna be reading about the Kabbalah. I think that there are some misinformation about the Kabbalah. The reason I became fascinated about Kabbalah because it has tree of life, and I'm not too deep into that. I mean, I have books on, say, I have book on chakras, and I have, I think that if you want to know more about the Kabbalah, Key to Your Inner Power, this is a great book. And how I got into studies and stuff, I think this is also, I was watching Mark Passio. You don't know who he is. He break down the real truth about the law of attraction, how it actually is, and people deny the truth about it. You need to know, right? That's my message. A lot of people like don't want to know. So uh, uh, if you don't know, it could be dangerous to your life. And so let's read it today. Kabbalah and alchemy. Along this same topic, we're going to introduce another concept at this juncture and talk about Kabbalah and introduce it to your attention is all we can hope to do for. Like astrology is a study in itself. In alchemy, in fact, alchemy and astrology and Kabbalah form the three pillars of the Hermetic arts. And then you have the trill or the I think that's the tensora or the I think that's the trill life. The the word Kabbalah finds its roots in the Hebrew word kubel, meaning to receive. This receiving referred to an oral tradition of esoteric or secret knowledge concealing the mysteries of nature. For the alchemist, Kabbalah provides a symbolic representation of the path which the one and only one followed in the creation of the universe, including man, in the process of return to oneness along the same path. Kabbalah has always provided a means for an individually approaching the spiritual dimension directly without priestly intervention in time, has to give a religious and philosophical freedom viewed by many as bordering on heresy. The alchemists used the symbolic framework of Kabbalah as part of their secret language to both reveal and conceal certain words. And I have to get into the Kabbalah is represents symbolically in the form of the tree of life. The tree contains 10 center or sephiroths, or spheres, not so. Yeah, the sephiroth, but called the sephiroth, which are connected by 22 paths together. Taken together, they are said to constitute the 32 paths of sacred wisdom. The center are arranged in the three columns. The column on the left is called the pillar of serenity and represent the feminine aspect of the one. Oh yeah, that's what I was kind of. In alchemy, there's the symbolic symbol of the snake or the serpent eating itself. They call it the Ouroboros. Um, uh, in the world, people are disconnected with themselves, right? They're disconnected with nature. That's why if you read Wicca, the I highly recommend Wicca, the book. It's a religion about nature. It's they're no, not nature. It's I forgot. Well, they're connected with nature. They're part of nature, but they're religion, earth-based religion. There you go. There you go. So forget that one. It's the earth-based religion, right? So these, whether you go to science and quantum physics, whether it's the law of attraction, whether it's spirituality, whether it's from Bible, from the ancient texts, they're all bringing you closer to God, or closer to knowing who you truly are. You're connected with the universe or intelligent of divine power. And I know people think it's woo-woo, but it's true. They don't see it with the naked eye, but there's an absolute power. I mean, people think that there's no such thing as um uh what was it? There's no thing as this, like this universe is not intelligent, but I would think it would be intelligent. I mean, shoot, it's creating life. There is creating life, right? Like seriously, like that's incredible. And so that when we study ourselves, we're studying the aspect of union. We're trying to be close. Most people said they're trying to be closer to God. Well, in essence, we're studying uh, to be closer to the. We're trying to, or we are connected with the universe. It is about the what's they call it, the activation, right? The unlocking the keys to connecting with the universe. I think that's why most people go into this. They're trying to connect with their thoughts, their feelings, their emotions, their vibration to the universe. That's why they try to do vision boards and stuff like that. But it's much more than that. Like, because this is what make me bring into the subconscious, right? I think that subconscious is spiritual nature too. Um, uh, it it it's deeper in meaning. It's the it's. I'm trying to think of how I can say this. It's connected with the universe. That's how why if you read deeper into the subconscious, it's the key. If we can plant an idea, it's a key. We can message the universe through the people say the third eye, um, or you can do it with the intuition. People get scared of psychics and stuff like that. Psychic, we all have it. Psychics just from psyche, from Greek for mind and soul, and people don't believe in psyche. I mean, I have experienced weird things with our the ability of the mind. It's really weird. The center, this column contains three Sephiroth named Bina, understanding, Gubara, serenity, and Hot, splendor. These are related to the planetary energy of Saturn, Mars, and Mercury, and respectively. The column on the right is called the Pillar of Mercy and represent the masculine aspect of the One. Contained in the column are the three Sephiroth: Chokmah, wisdom, uh, Chesed, mercy, and Nased, victory. These related to the brand of the zodiac, Jupiter's and Venus. The middle pillar is called the pillar of equilibrium and represent the balance between male and female pillars. It's contain the four Sephira killer crown, T Pathras beauty, Yasad foundation, and Malakuth kingdom. Yeah, okay. This is the tree of life. So we contain the tree of life. These are related to the undivided light in the sun and the moon and the earth or physical world. One view of I'm thinking of quantum. Qabalah requires four of these trees, one for each world of the universe, stacked um, vertically. So one tree, Malakuth, I think that's how you said it, give rise to the next tree's cutter in the same order as four elements: fire, air, water, and earth. For ease of the presentation, the four trees are usually condensed into a single tree divided into representation of the four worlds. The Kabbalah distinguishes four major planes or worlds of existence, ranging from the most subtle spiritual realm to the most dense physical realm. Although it's easier to visualize and represent them as separate levels, they are actually superimposed on one another and form a continuum of the one. These four worlds are briefly summarized as follows. As Saluth represent the archetype world, fire, pure divinity, super consciousness, the spiritual world. This supernal triad consisting of the spirits of Kudur, Chokmah, and Bina. Ra represent the creative world, air, the archer, angelic superconsciousness, the mental world, the spirits of Kreis, um, Gabura, Hadrith, Nasset, and Hut. Yasarath represent the formative world, water, the angelic superconsciousness, the astral world, the spirit of Yasad. Asad represent the material world, earth, man, the body, the physical world, the spirit of Malakuth. The Kabbalistic view word has to do with one energy and emulation. The universe issues from a single source into all we perceive, light, matter, even space and time. The concentration of this pure energy progressively provide the illusion of matter. The study of Kabbalah is a study of the source of energy, the areas or arena of transfer of this energy, and the behavior of this energy, which is nature, which is below, is reflected of which is above. This is probably the world that I was reading. And just as with within the alchemical worldview, Kabbalah portray creation occurring as increasing dense level of energy, the most subtle or fire element to the most dense or the earth element. Within this ocean of increasing decreasing density arise from Sephiroth, representing unique level of consciousness, often refers to as the spirits of beings. Each one is a reflection of a denser or more subtle degree than the one before or after it. Each Sephirah is a reflection of the spirit which preceded, take on its own unique characteristic as the planets absorb from the sun and radiate the excess, color differently. Only those spirits of the middle path have equilibrium nature and the ability to harmonize or reflect in total all energy of creation. Practical Kabbalah forms a system operating based on the interconnection relationship revealed by the Tree of Life, just as the planets in astrology have numerous correspondence associated with them. Their interconnections and relationships are shown in the structure of the tree. Through proper use of these correspondences, it is possible to gather and direct subtle energies for alchemical work at any level being, progressively condensing celestial fire into physical manifestation. This is where the mental and spiritual exercise of the alchemist come to bear upon the subject, and finally condensing in this physical reality. Also, I got into alchemy because I think it's Will Smith. Will Smith promote the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I think that's the best uh, best book ever, and I believe that Will Smith was he was great at promoting that book. Um, I'm gonna bend the universe to my will. I'm gonna do that, and I'm bend it, and I was like, yeah. Anyway, I think that if you want to get into more of the nature stuff, more understanding, this book is great for your understanding of alchemy. If you understand, I think that physical. Um, I think that by understanding a human potential, I think that we can do amazing things uh, with our mind. It's like that, with achieving our dreams, whatever that is. And think anyway, I hope that you like this video, and because this is one of my favorite books. Um, Alchemy. Wait, I'm trying to say it used to be called. Alchemy has been described by many of the ancient masters as sort of uh, celestial agriculture. I like that definition. It's amazing. It is amazing that alchemy, once called the divine art or scarce science, has fallen into just obscurity that is now only remembered as primitive beginnings of modern chemistry. And yet, alchemy lies at the root of every Western esoteric tradition, as well as many of the arts and science, including medicine, pharmacology. Alchemy has been called the mother of all science and wisdom. In a nutshell, alchemy is an ancient art and science concerning the mystery of life, of consciousness, and evolution. Very well, very well. What he said, there's, which one? Have go. Yeah, when we mention the word alchemy, most people think that it means a now discredited method of turning lead into gold. That's not it. Here we go. A brief history of alchemy. The origin of alchemy are lost in history and theories, bound to where it had been originated. God taught it to Adam and later to Moses. Fallen angel taught it to human women in exchange for sex. It is a remnant of lost Italian technology. As Stretchio taught it into our ancestors. Whatever its true origin, record, history, document, natural tradition has existed for several thousand years. Alchemy. A study of the mind, body, and spirits. We need all these together. Without, I think that every personal development, somewhat, if they're really incorporate spiritual, I think that the law of attraction is also uh, nothing. It's spiritual nature too, but it's also law of attraction. People get scared, right? I was thinking about law of attraction is it's not scary. It's just your energy. It's just the attracting factor by releasing your energy. I mean, that's all. That's what the uh, uh, witchcraft tried to do. But the thing is, in order to attract, I think that you have to be able to change your the way your internal being better than trying to chase the object, right? I think that people chase the object instead of changing their inner world. They if they chase and they don't have it work with their inner world, I mean, it's it they won't reach a higher level. They won't reach a higher consciousness or a higher um, work that they're been given to work with. Anyway, subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time. Oh, I do book reviews of law of attraction, personal development, spiritual stuff. I mean, this is what I'm interested in, okay? I think they're fascinating subjects, okay? Jeez. I mean, of course, I think that it can also help person become aware of more of the potential. I mean, people may disagree or not. It doesn't matter. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.